Stop. Alright, it's time to see Coco. Let's go, man. Like, we're late.
Alright, okay. Late. Go. Oh my god, we're late. I got the tickets. We're late. Go! Where's my Batman book? Oh my Jesus, it's not Batman, it's Coco. Yeah! Yeah, alright. It's your boy, Slender Chief right here. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
stop.
Rick, yeah.
Hey guys, sorry, my friend had to leave, and you know, I'm doing this review by myself now, and like,
Where's the Batcopter? Oh. Oh, man. This video is sponsored by Elmer's and the Batcopter.
no, it's not. Anyways, so we just saw.
Chair, man.
So
we just saw Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It was a little disappointing.
It was very disappointing. I'm gonna give it garbage, and I'm joking. All right, so we just saw Goku.
Goku.
We just saw Coco.
Kamehameha.
We just no. That's the wrong thing. That's Skyrim. We just saw Coco.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Oh my god.
Sorry, that was Attack on Titan.
Shut up.
Okay.
So we just saw Coco, and it stars Anthony Gonzalez and a lot of other people. And I think we both can agree that although we saw so many good reviews and everything, we weren't that excited to see this movie. We were probably like, it doesn't look like it's something I would really enjoy. It seems like more of a sort of younger audience movie. I know, like, so many critics love it,
No.
like,
this is what I thought. I knew I was gonna like it because it's Disney, and
I knew I was gonna like it. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, though.
Yeah, we both thought it was like a million layers above what I thought it was gonna be, because as it stands now, the main kid-friendly animated movies are quite similar most of the time.
Yeah, it's well, see, the trailers, like, we kind of thought it would be very predictable, and, you know.
Yeah, well, you see, here's the thing. The message and the overall beginning part of it is very similar to a lot of movies, including The Book of Life. Because they're both, that kind of culture, and they both take place for the Day of the Dead kind of thing. And but the pathways to get to the end of the movie and the characters monstrously different.
But this is one of the biggest surprises of the year. It was, alright, let's see, animation. You all already know how Pixar's animation is now at this point. Voice acting,
Dude, okay, yeah.
top notch.
Dude, yeah.
Characters, story, writing, execution. It's all great. Alright. Just...
Yeah, and I will say, okay.
No words.
So, for some reason, with voice acting, I never really think about it. But this time, I was always pointing at... Shut up! I was always pointing out, like, different deliverances of the whatever. How people deliver their lines. I was like, this is, like, good stuff. This is, like, how people really talk.
Yeah.
And, animation, I was just thinking about, I just watched how Shin Godzilla was made today, so, they had those layer things, where it shows, like, from the beginning of the animation to the end product, and I was thinking about that, especially with the Day of the Dead thing, and layers. Speaking of layers, the characters have layers. This is a family thing. And
All right, here we go.
This is almost as crazy as like the Skywalker family drama. Actually, it's not, but it's like, bruh.
All right, one of the worst things about this movie is when it starts. By that I mean the Frozen short at the beginning of the movie.
20 minutes!
There's a Frozen short, and I literally sent this guy, because I'm lazy, I sent him to walk out of the auditorium to see if we entered the wrong movie. Because before Coco, there is a short for Frozen. And, you know, Olaf is like, oh my god, life is sad, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't care. And then it was like Coco scene started, and I was like, okay, finally the movie's starting. Yeah. And it turned out to be the creators of the movie just talking about how they designed the animation and all this stuff, and they were trying to sell us on this movie when we were already going to see it. I was like, can we just watch the frickin' movie?
And you see, yeah, the Frozen short, right?
And plus, on top of that, before we didn't have like the highest expectations for this movie, anyways. So I was like, can I just watch this movie? So that made me even more impatient because I didn't think it was gonna be that good. But you know, it was kind of worth it. But you know, just nobody cares about Frozen anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
In the first place, no. Yeah, don't like the movie. And you see, here's the thing.
I don't care.
I don't care. You know, I thought maybe it was going on for so long that maybe I was getting so paranoid that I was like, we just walked into the auditorium that was playing some unknown Frozen sequel that we had never seen any trailers for. And so, yeah, I went out into the auditorium hallway, and the lady was like, yeah, I know, the Frozen short's really long. I'm like, gotcha.
It was like 20 minutes. I was like...
Yeah, and so, like, there's so many things. We were just talking mad crap about the movie. It was like Mystery Science Theater. Every 2 seconds, we would go, like... and say some, like, the most, like, the craziest stuff ever. That we were just laughing our freaking butts off. It was so good. And
yeah, no, there'd be like we were turning into very annoying moviegoers because we were really just we didn't care. It would be like somebody would be like really sad, and I'd be like, yeah, you know what? Nobody cares.
That's what made me laugh so hard, is that you meant it. When Elsie's all sad about Christmas traditions, you were just like, dude, nobody cares.
And then he was like, he got so bored that he was like, hey, dude, look at this guy, he's dumb.
I was just spewing out random crap.
He was so bored, he started saying the most random things. He's like, dude, look at this guy, he's gonna be really dumb. I was like, okay.
See, here's the thing. This is how much I care about Frozen. I called Olaf Joloff.
Like, I was like, he's like, where's Joel? He's like, well, no, what happened when Joloff was like? I was like, did you just call him Joloff?
I didn't mean to, and
he's like,
the horse. Sven,
what's his name again?
Not Sven, whatever it is. I kept calling. No, I called the horse again. I was like, dude, I called the horse a horse, but it's actually the horse a moose. I mean, a moose a horse. Oh my god.
Movie started and I was like, oh yes. At least
Star Wars. I mean, Coco. Let's get back onto that, huh?
Okay, that sounds like you're like comparing the two. No, this is nothing like Star Wars. Okay, so basically,
I don't know about that one. They had lightsabers, dude.
Oh yeah. Just beware. There's a Rey cameo, in this movie. Anyways,
might be in it.
Yeah. Anyways, so this movie is about Miguel, who wants to be a musician, but because of some family tragedy that happened in the past, his family doesn't let him. Music is just banned, but of course he. You could look at this and be like, it's familiar to other things. We know he just wants to, sort of pursue his dream, but he wants to be a musician, and nobody lets him and whatever. He runs away from his family, and then he finds the guitar of his great-great-grandfather, who used to be this big musician, and then he gets cursed and ends up in the land of the dead, and there he meets all his ancestors, and why are you out of frame?
I just letting you explain, bro.
Anyways, so he's in the land of the dead, and then the hey, that's disrespectful to the story. It was a good story. Anyways, so and then they're all like skeletons and stuff, so he's like, oh crap. And I won't tell you anything else because the trailer really didn't.
Yeah, well, you can tell him this, that if he doesn't get back before sunrise, he's gonna turn into a skeleton or he's just gonna stay in the land of the dead forever. That was in the trailer.
Yeah.
That was in the trailer.
Yeah, it was, but that's it. Don't go any further with that.
Oh, and like there's the part with the huge plot twist.
There's no plot twist.
No, probably not. Dude, this movie had the biggest, most amazing plot twist.
There is no plot twist.
Yes, there is.
There's no plot twist.
Anyway, okay, what I'll say is that while watching the middle of the movie, when certain characters are being introduced, I was like, I can map out this movie right now. I know I'll enjoy the ride, but I know how it's gonna go. So it was kind of not annoying. I just seen it, and then turns out I hadn't seen it at all, because this movie, the path broke and it went down into the pit of unknowing, because I had no idea what was gonna happen.
But basically, the only it's not perfect. One of my issues with the movie is at the end. There's a certain point where I think if it just ended there.
The part when you cried.
I'm not afraid to admit it. I cried in this movie. Turn your fucking ring on.
I did.
I'm not afraid to admit it. I cried in this movie, but I didn't bawl. Okay, I just it was just watery eyes. Okay, but that's it. All right. He has no soul.
I don't know why. Even in The Lion, I was like, I should be crying, but I'm not. So I feel like a stone.
Even in The Lion.
The Lion.
Yeah.
Or Lion.
Yeah. Anyways, so
But I just
that what issues did you have with the movie?
The beginning, because no, it's just that the beginning part it has nothing to do with the entertainment value. It's just the whole time I was thinking this is gonna be familiar. This is like the Book of Life all over again, and I wasn't annoyed by that. It's just it felt not creative, but okay, look, it doesn't justify it. The stuff that happens in the middle doesn't justify that. The whole 45 minutes when I was thinking about this is gonna happen and this and this and this and this, but I'm glad that I was wrong. And this movie is also really really funny.
Yeah.
The end, dude. I was hysterically laughing. The lady beside me didn't even speak English, I don't think, because she kept telling her kids to quiet down in another language, and she was so loud.
That was probably Spanish.
Yeah, whatever. And I looked over at her, and no, she looked over at me, and I was laughing so loud. I could tell she was like, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, but at the end everybody clapped, and then this guy was like, but I was like, yeah, I was really good. And then I look over, he's like,
yeah. And just one
that
last
probably
thing I
messed up the sound there.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh, headphone wearers beware. Okay, and then so here's the thing.
Ow, my hands.
Yeah, and popcorn was flying all over the place. This movie, I'll say it again. It's like poetry. The family in this movie is big. It's really big. There's 7 generations that you have to keep track of, and I will admit, I can't keep track of all of the characters. I mean, they're all very distinct, but I forgot. I don't even know some of their names right now.
But then again, some of them weren't as important to know.
No, some of them get left in the back, including his mom and dad.
Yeah, but you didn't really need to know too much about,
No, but see,
them, because
the family thing, the family drama, it's so good. I didn't know it was gonna be this good. It's because, again, I was so wrong in what was going to happen, and I just love the layers. This is like a kind of a saga. If this was 3 movies, I would still be amazed by how good the family element of it really captivated me, and I want to see more. I want to see more of this family. That's another good thing. The family stuff is dark. It's happy, I guess, sometimes, and you're rooting for most of them.
Yeah, and I liked how there was some mature
Yeah,
moments
this
in
is a
this movie.
G-rated film, and I was like, well, damn.
And
that
there
just
was
happened.
some pretty dark stuff that shouldn't be in a G-rated film. But I remember there's one part where when he first goes into the land of the dead, and then all of the skeletons, are like scaring him and stuff. There was a kid behind us who was
Yeah.
like, "Ah,"
He
and
was
her mom was
scared.
like,
That wasn't scary by any means,
Yeah.
but to them, I guess.
It
yeah.
wasn't, but I mean for younger kids. But
It's because the
um,
score went. Yeah.
move your chair up. You
Okay.
look like you're really short.
Dwarf man. I'm a gnome, and then we saw the Romeo and Juliet trailer, the sequel. Anyway,
Nobody cares.
I know. And then what was I gonna say? Oh, the Land of the Dead is almost better than like the real life. I kind of want to go there, dude. The part when they're on the train and they're going about the whole place, I was like, this is like the animation, bro. The animation. That's all I'm gonna say. Whew.
Well, I mean, I don't know what else you'd expect. If there's a Pixar movie that comes out where the animation is bad, shame on you guys. You shouldn't have that like by now. It should be like really good. And in Coco, of course, it is. But it's really good, guys. It's really good. You should see it. Especially if you're Espanol.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably, because you'll understand the language. And
oh yeah,
it'll be
I
more.
forgot. There's a lot of songs.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that. The songs are good. I only remember one of them. Remember one of them. You'll get
it's
that.
called Remember Me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. And the song turns into a joke at the end, which is kind of funny. But anyway, the singing and dancing and songs, they were fine. There wasn't a lot, and sometimes I didn't need it, but I still liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I still thought there was a lot of talent behind it.
Mm-hmm. But there you go. I mean, what can I say? Overall,
It's Disney, man.
great voice acting, great
Yes.
animation, great execution of the story, and great story, great writing. Very realistic. I liked how there were some mature themes about it. And it's not perfect. I had like a couple issues, but Coco,
It's so very near perfect to me.
yeah, Coco is amazing. And
I'll do mine in numbers.
all right,
I would give it a 9.2.
out of 20, out of 30,
Out of 10, man. Video sponsored by Elmer's. Thank you for that.
No, it's not. Jesus Christ, you're gonna get me.
It's Jason Bourne.
You should leave this planet.
Yeah,
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching our review of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It was really good. It was really trash,
It was really good. It was really trash.
But anyways, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. I'd really appreciate it if you did. Go watch Coco, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.
Peace out. Did you think I was gonna fall this time?